So how do we fix the problem? I wanted to find something that could tie all of these things together. And I mentioned this when I talked about the crisis manager. We might find some systems that did one thing well and other systems that did other things well, but never anything that tied everything together. I wanted something that would be able to take our crisis management procedures and do a real-time accounting in crisis situations. That it would also take our customized procedures and be able to communicate that with faculty and staff in real time. I wanted something that could help us with our attendance, off-campus field trips, sporting events, if emergencies, let's say we have an off-campus evacuation, that's something we take a lot of field trips at our school, so that was big. Anonymous reporting I'll touch on a little bit later. I wanted something, we all know that there are times when students need to communicate and they may not want to reveal their identity. And I can talk about how the system that we were able to develop, obviously it can do some anonymous reporting, or what I call quasi-anonymous reporting, or actually truly anonymous, which I can talk about in a little bit. Automated notifications and reports. I wanted something, as I talked about all of the crisis procedures or attendance or even discipline, which I can touch on a little bit more later, that would automatically communicate with our parents. So a system, why wouldn't it, when we recognize that a student's absent and we don't know why they're absent, couldn't we find something that would communicate with all the people involved? Parents, teachers, those sorts of things. Discipline. We do a merit and demerit system at our school. There was all sorts of issues on that. We did paper of merits and demerits of communicating, and then in an effective, timely manner, the assignment of consequences, all those sorts of things. I wanted something that would use the ability of real time and communication to tie that in. Obviously, I talked about attendance on campus, the accountability. How do we monitor that students are where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be? And obviously, I wanted something that could integrate with the systems we were currently using. I didn't want something that we would have to do double entry or anything like that. So I was looking for something that could integrate. So what that led us to, after looking at a number of different systems or different things that to address the problem areas, we couldn't find things. So there was a gentleman we met who ended up being the developer of what we called Trinity Tracking Solutions. What I basically did when I met with our developer, Steve, he was a parent at our school. I started talking to him about some of the problems that we had in crisis management and attendance and discipline. And as I was talking with him, Steve is a software developer. He basically said, I think I could really help you, and I think we could develop something that you could use at your school. And so basically what we did is we came up with Trinity Tracking Solutions, or the application is called Trinity. And the reason why we call it Trinity is it's not religious affiliation, is that there are three things that we're trying to do through this application. We're trying to make sure that people are where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be. That would be the attendance piece. That they're doing what they're supposed to do when they're there, discipline or behavior modification, and that they're safe, okay? Crisis management. That's the big three.